Hi guys, welcome to another video. So if you clicked on this video, then you're probably looking for some lighting solutions for your YouTube videos. And you're probably also not looking to sell one of your kidneys in order to buy one of these higher end video lights. Well, sign me up. Now, creating a pleasant image can arguably be the most important thing for your YouTube channel aside from having great audio. So if you want to take your videos from looking something like this to this, then you're going to want to stick around. And before we start this video, I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who's taken the time to subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot to me that you guys are hitting the subscribe button and are actually interested in what I have to say and teach. And if you guys are new here, my name is Brendan. I'm a wedding photographer and filmmaker, and I'm here to help you take better photos, take better video, and hopefully have some fun doing it along the way. So if that's something that interests you, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like as well, because that really helps the YouTube algorithm. So let's get this video started. The first thing that you want to consider before lighting your YouTube videos is you want to cut out all the lights that you don't want. And the majority of the time, the lights on the ceiling that you have, all those tungsten bulbs or these ceiling fan bulbs, are not the most flattering lights because they go straight up and down and they create a lot of shadows, and then they have all these weird colors, and it's gonna make your YouTube videos look awful. So the first thing you wanna do is shut out all the lights in your house, and then we'll start adding in light to light our face. This is going to be the cheapest option for you, and that is using a window light. So right now I have my camera set up right in front of a window, and I have the light coming directly onto me. Now, in my opinion, window light is the most flattering type of light that we have. It's free, it doesn't cost anything, and you can just set up your camera right in front of a window. Now, the downsides to this is that if your camera doesn't have auto exposure, if you're not in auto exposure mode, the light outdoors can change. So if a cloud goes in front of the sun, it's going to change your exposure throughout the video, and you'll notice that. So while it is free, there are some workarounds to using window light. Now in this setup here, what we have is called a flat lighting. It means that the light is coming directly in front of me here, coming directly on my face.
That's what she said.
That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
And now this lighting is not the most interesting type of light. However, it is the most flattering. So if you're doing makeup tutorials, this is the type of lighting that you're gonna wanna use, because when you're adding contour and all these like shadows and highlights on the face, you don't want any extra shadows being casted from the light. So typically YouTubers that do makeup tutorials are gonna have this flat type of lighting. That's why that little ring light that you'll see that makes that weird catch light in people's eyes is really popular on YouTube for makeup tutorials. So another con about using window lighting is that you're limited to only recording during the day. So if you're like me, who has a busy schedule, you're running a wedding photography business, you also have a family, and also a full-time job, recording during the day is sometimes not an option for you, which is a limitation to using window light, because recording during the day is your only option for obvious reasons. The other con about using window light is if I had in front of me here, if I had the sun coming directly through the window, it would create this harsh type of lighting and it would be way too bright. So I have an option for you, which is a $5 shower curtain that I picked up from Walmart that you can place in front of your window to even cut back some of that light that's coming through, and also will create even softer light on your face. And it's a great option. It's only $5, and if it tears or breaks, you can just go and get another one for another $5. Alrighty, so now we've covered this first lighting setup, which is a flat lighting, having the camera directly in front of a window. Let's go to another type of setup, still using a window light, that's gonna be a little bit more interesting on the face, a little bit more dramatic. All right, so this is another look that you can get out of window light. So now in order to get this type of look, all you have to do is move you and your camera to a 45-degree angle to the window. So in this case, I have the window 45 degrees off to my left. So you're gonna have the light come here and it's gonna fall off to the right side of my face. So you see the right side of my face now is kind of shadowy, and there's a slight triangle here under my cheek. And so this is another look that you can get by simply moving the camera over 45 degrees. And this type of light is called a Rembrandt light. It creates a lot of interest, it creates a shadow on your face, and it just creates a little bit of more drama and interest onto your YouTube videos. And it's very simple to do. All you have to do is just move your camera over 45 degrees. In my opinion, this is a more interesting look than the flat lighting that we did in the first example. So if you're just starting out and you don't want to spend any money, these two lighting setups can be great options for you, and you can get through tons and tons of YouTube videos. The downsides are that you're limited to the times of the day that you can shoot, and also the varying brightness that's coming through the window based off of the sun and the clouds. So if you want to have a little bit more control, then I would recommend investing into some lighting gear. And the recommendation that I'm going to make in this video is the Godox SL60W. Now there are plenty of better options out there for lighting, but they come at a steep cost. And in my experience, I have owned this light for over a year now and have had no issues with it. I've even dropped it on the floor, on concrete several times, and the light continues to work. And for $139 on Amazon right now, this is a great option for you and is very versatile. I'm going to show you a few features that it has, and then we'll go into some different types of lighting situations that you can do to modify that light on a budget. Alrighty, so this is the Godox SL60W. This is how it's going to come with. It's for 139 bucks. Has an on and off switch, and you can control your light output. And it's really easy to use. It comes in a standard daylight balanced light, so it's pretty versatile, especially if you just want to add a little bit extra light coming from your window. It will balance well with the outdoor light. And it also comes with a remote, which makes it super convenient for getting your right exposure for your videos. Ooh. So this is a light that I would highly recommend for people who are just starting out and don't want to spend a lot of money. So it comes in a Bowens mount. So what this allows you to do is it allows you to add modifiers to your light to either make your lights either more directional or softer, more diffused. It's really up to you as to what you want to do. And so some of these things do cost additional monies on top of the light, but I'm gonna show you some cheap, budget-friendly options that are gonna get you a really great result that also don't break your pocketbook. Alrighty, so this is the first type of lighting setup that we're using, and as you could tell, you get a really pleasant look from it. And the lighting setup that I'm using here is completely free. The only requirement is that you need to have white walls or a white ceiling preferably. And the reason for that is because you're gonna wanna aim your light to those walls or the ceiling, and that's going to bounce light back into you. What that does is that takes this small compact light, bounces it, and spreads it. So now in essence you have a 10-foot wall bouncing light back towards you. And the key with getting soft light is that you need to have a big source in comparison to a small subject. So the bigger the light source, the softer the light is gonna look. And so this is the first technique, which is bouncing the light. And as you can tell here, you can get a really nice look with just buying a light and then bouncing it off your light or ceiling. party. So here's another look that you can get. And this option is using that $5 shower curtain. And now, as you can tell on my face, the shadows are a lot harsher. It's definitely not as soft as bouncing the light. And this is the type of look that you can get with $5 shower curtain. It's not the most pleasant look, but if you're on a budget and you only have $5 to spend on a light modifier, you can get you can still get a dramatic look and a decent light, a soft light from this setup using a $5 shower curtain, some clothespins, and some light stands. And this can be totally usable. Again, this is if you're wanting to start taking control of your YouTube setup and your YouTube lighting. Now, there is a way you can even soften this even further, which is by bouncing the light into the wall and then having that bounce light come through the shower curtain back onto you. This type of lighting setup is referenced to as book lighting. Let me show you what that looks like now. So this is the book lighting setup, and as you can tell, the light on my face is a lot more pleasant and it's a lot softer. The shadows are not as harsh. There's a lot of wrapping now of light going across my face. And this is an option if you have white walls and you want to make your light even softer. You can place the shower curtain in front of the light that's being bounced as an extra layer of diffusion before it hits you, and creates this nice soft light that is really pleasant and is really popular actually amongst a lot of Hollywood films. Now, the reason that this light is going to be a lot more softer is because it takes away that hot spot that's going to be coming through the shower curtain, and it spreads the light first. So you're going to already have diffused light coming through the shower curtain, and then once it hits the shower curtain, it's going to diffuse even more and soften that light before it hits you. So we've talked about window lighting. We've talked about buying the Godox SL60W, either modifying it with bounce lighting or using a shower curtain as a layer of diffusion to make the light on your face a lot more pleasant. Now, there's one more option that requires you to spend a little bit more money. So I didn't come up with this idea by myself. I actually found it through another YouTuber, Spencer Sakurai. I'll put his link down in the description. But he came across this umbrella on B&H Photo. Is by a company named Impact. Now, it is a 7-foot umbrella that has a black backing and a white inner reflective material. And what I'm going to show you is where you could set up with your Godox system. You can set up the umbrella to bounce light off of a 7-foot surface and then bounce it back towards you. And as an additional layer of diffusion, I use the $5 Walmart shower curtain, and we're going to show you what that result looks like. All right, so this is the setup with the Impact 7-foot umbrella and a layer of diffusion using the Walmart shower curtain. Now, if you're wondering, the Impact umbrella currently on B&H Photo goes for $59.97. So $60 plus a $5 shower curtain and your light. You're talking about less than $250 probably total to get a nice setup. Now, there's other companies out there that would charge triple the cost just for the light itself. It doesn't even include modification. So for $250, you can get a great looking YouTube setup. And in my opinion, this is probably the best and softest light that you can get. I'm gonna do a comparison right now and then let you guys decide for yourself. But in my opinion, this is as soft as you can get with lighting, because you got a 7-foot source on top of another 6-foot source. You have huge light sources that are just, creating nice soft light on your face. And this is a great setup, and it doesn't have to break your pocketbook. And again, you don't even have to buy lights if you don't want to. You can do everything free using a window, but I'm just putting this in this video as an option because I don't want to seem cliche by using just window light. This is what I currently use for my setups, and I'm really digging the look that it gives you. Well, thank you for watching this video, and if you got something useful out of it, make sure to give it a thumbs up because that really helps the YouTube algorithm. And if you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you can see when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.